beep. Hello, right. It's breaking news for me. Actually, it came out yesterday, but I wanted to get this out now. Even though I've just put one out already, I'm going to put out another one just on YouTube so that everybody knows. This is quite frankly staggering, but it's illustrative of the situation we now find ourselves in, and I'm very angry about the whole damn thing. It's from the Telegraph from yesterday at 8:06 p.m, so it was yesterday evening. You may not have caught up with it yet. Government will not close biological sex loophole in Equality Act. There you go. There you go. That's it. It's just all the work done by organisations. All of it. Sex Matters, Maya and the crew, Helen, everybody else that was involved in pushing, all the women's groups, the Gay Men's Network, pushing for an amendment to the execrable, vile Equality Act that would have meant that women had safety, and the Labour bloody government have chucked it in the bin. You reap what you sow. Those of you on the GC side that voted for this bunch of clowns, you reap what you sow. And to me, it seems it's about time that a lot of what the Labour Party stands for today is absolutely outdated nonsense from the 20th century. Their ideological framework must be destroyed. It must. It must be eradicated completely. They are enthralled to a bunch of ideological lunatics in the unions who are trans this and trans that. They're enthralled to the ideological nut jobs who pay their wages. They've taken money from goodness knows who, and now they've done this to women. They've done this to women. And to gay men, and to us as well, right? No, we won't be doing it. Do you want to hear the wording? Because this is gobsmacking, right? The government will not close the biological sex loophole in the Equality Act. They will not carry forward the plans to rewrite the Equality Act 2010 that were aimed at protecting single-sex spaces. The Minister for Women and Equalities has confirmed. Annalise Dodds, you Ardman like Norman, said there were no plans to update the existing legislation, which the Conservatives had promised to reform ahead of the general election. The Tories plan to rewrite the Act in order to make it clear that sex in the legislation means biological sex instead of the gender with which a person identifies. This would have allowed the public bodies to stop transgender women entering women's lavatories or changing rooms, as well as preventing them joining all female sports teams. We're nowhere. We are nowhere, folks. Absolutely nowhere. And the only thing that is going to make a damn difference over the next 10 years, and can ensure before I finally shuffle off this rapidly failing mortal coil, is that we need to get the young to understand. One person at a time we take on. One person at a time, so that they understand how dangerous the left currently is. And I'm not using that word hyperbolically. They are dangerous to this country and to the people in it on multiple damn levels. In a written question in Parliament, John Glenn, the Shadow Paymaster General, asked whether the government intended to amend the legal definition of what a woman is. Miss Dodds replied, there's a picture of the grinning ghoul there, "We are proud of the Equality Act." It's unbelievable. "We are proud of the Equality Act and the rights and protection it affords women." Really? They lie and lie and lie again. The government does not plan to amend legal definitions in the Act. Mims Davies, the Shadow Minister for Women and Equality, warned Ms Dodds that Sir Keir Starmer's refusal to rewrite the Act could create further loopholes for abusers. Labour simply cares more about appeasing woke ideologues than delivering on women's safety, she said. "We've introduced this change to provide much needed clarity in the law to stop potential abusers exposing loopholes and acting in stopping the diluting of women's safeties. Only by legally enshrining the importance of single-sex spaces can this Labour government give biological women the clarity, dignity, privacy and safety we need." Sir Keir hinted shortly before polling day that he would abandon Mr Sunak's plans. During an election campaign visit, he told reporters, "I don't think the Equality Act does need to be amended in that regard. Most women share biological characteristics." I mean, here we go. We can go through the different parts of a woman's body, but there are also people who are born as a man who are going through the gender recognition process, who identify as women, and I wouldn't want to exclude them either. You absolute insane lunatics. Absolutely insane. And those of you that tick the box saying Labour, and I don't know why you did it. I really don't know why you did it. But my God, if you aren't feeling regret right now, after the absolute domino effect of them coming into power in just 60 damn days, then I don't know what it takes to make you feel guilty. I don't know what it takes. If it was the Tory party that was doing this, I'd be hammering them as well. It's not, it's Labour. When are we going to get it in our heads that this is cultural, it's not political? And I suggest, tough though it may be for us to have to deal with, that what we have done so far has not worked. And that we should go back to the drawing board. Back to basic principles. Who are we? What do we believe in? What we want? What is the spine of our philosophy? And how do we get the British people to understand from a cultural perspective that it is that spine, that cultural layout, that cultural values, the Enlightenment, free speech, everything that comes with it is what drives us forward. The scientific process being one of them. It is absolutely fair to say that if Labour will abandon women in the way that they have done, they will abandon anybody else. This is a disgusting betrayal of women by Labour. A disgusting betrayal. They don't give a damn about you. It's that simple. It's that simple. All the baronesses, all the people in the House of Lords, all the work that's been done, undone by one question and somebody who looks like something from an Aardman animation programme. I'm done with these people. Really. One person at a time. That's how we do it. It's the only way to do it now. Everything else has failed and we've got 5 years of these bloody clowns. How many more young girls are going to be damaged in that time? How many more young gay boys will be put onto a clinical trial in order to examine whether or not puberty blockers are efficacious? No, no, no. The whole thing stops. Repeal the Equality Act, repeal the damn GRA. If that means we've got to leave the ECHR, do it. Or the EHRC, I forget which. Do it. Do it. Let's get it done. And let's put in a Bill of Rights for British people that will enable us to control exactly who we are and where we are, to the extent that it's run on science and not the fantasy of men with a fetish or paraphilia and the confused young girls and gay young men, or even young men generally, who think they're something they're not. I am beyond angry about this. I'm beyond angry. We keep going and we keep going one person at a time. That's how we do it. Keep having those damn conversations because everything else at this point has failed miserably. It's failed miserably. It is a top-down imposition, and the only way you change it is to get the people at the bottom to ignore it, not go along with it, become part of the solution to it. That's the only way we can do it now. Because everything from this point forward that is spent trying to talk to these authoritarian swine with a yoke of control around the neck of businesses and around individuals will be wasted over the next 5 years. Wasted. They don't care whether or not what they do is popular. They don't care whether or not what they do is right. They care that they have power, they've got it, and they will bring on their revolting utopia. That is all they care about. And if you think they care about anything else, I'm sorry, at this point, I think you're deluded. They've betrayed women, they've betrayed gay people, they've betrayed children. And believe me, this is just the beginning. And then world peace. Go away. Bye.